The silent battle behind your prices. Your phone, your groceries, your job. All are affected by forces you may never see. Trade wars, tariffs, and global economic chess moves. Behind every price tag lies a power struggle. This is the story of trade tensions that impact every corner of your life. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss crucial breakdowns that directly affect your wallet, career, and country. Tariffs and trade tensions, the global tug-of-war. What are tariffs? A tariff is a tax, plain and simple. But it's also a weapon, a signal, and a shield. Governments use tariffs to protect domestic jobs, punish rivals, and tilt the playing field. Topics. Definition of tariffs. Import tariffs versus export tariffs. How they work. From port to price tag, who pays? Spoiler, you often do. Subscribe now to unlock more real-world economics explained simply. A brief history of trade. Wars, from ancient Silk Roads to the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, trade wars have toppled empires and sparked revolutions. Historical case studies, Smoot-Hawley and the Great Depression, NAFTA and U.S. manufacturing shifts, U.S.-Japan auto disputes, 1980s, globalization versus protectionism. Trade liberalization built the modern world. Protectionism threatens to tear it down. Topics. Global trade, post-2020 rise of the WTO, multilateralism versus bilateral deals, winners and losers of open trade. The U.S. and China, the defining trade. Rivalry. No trade story is bigger or more complex than the battle between the world's two largest economies, the U.S. and China. Topics. The 2018 to 2020 U.S. China trade war tariffs on steel, soybeans, semiconductors, TikTok, Huawei, and tech decoupling, supply chain nationalism. Subscribe to get our exclusive China Trade Tracker series. The supply chain effect. How tariffs touch everything. A tariff on Chinese chips could raise the price of your iPhone. A soybean levy can hurt Midwest farmers. Tariffs rarely stay in one place. They ripple. Topics. Supply chain mapping. How tariffs increase costs. Reshoring and nearshoring trends. Inflationary consequences. Who really wins a trade war? There are no victors, just survivors. Trade wars have real casualties, from factory workers to foreign markets. Case studies. Harley-Davidson moving production. Farmers losing Chinese markets. American consumers absorbing higher prices. Hit that subscribe button so you don't get blindsided by economic fallout. Europe, India, and the new trade frontier. While the U.S. and China spar, others strategize. Europe, India, and Southeast Asia are reshaping trade dynamics. Topics. EU tariffs on U.S. goods. Boeing-Airbus dispute. India's tariff-heavy policies. ASEAN supply chain alternatives. Tariffs and the tech war. Tech isn't just about innovation. It's about control. Tariffs are now digital weapons in the war for supremacy. Examples: semiconductor battles, export controls on AI chips, rare earth mineral dependency, consumer behavior, and psychology. When prices rise, choices change. Tariffs reshape not just markets, but minds. Insights: tariff pass-through pricing, buy American trends, the behavioral shift toward frugality. Tariffs and politics. Who benefits? Trade isn't just policy, it's politics. Tariffs win votes, stir nationalism, and sometimes backfire. Discussion. Lobbying and trade politics, swing states and steel tariffs. Farmers and election cycles. Subscribe now to follow our 2024/25 Election Plus Economy series. Tariff strategies. When are they effective? Like a scalpel, tariffs can cut deep, but only when used with precision. Breakdown. Targeted versus blanket tariffs. Short-term wins versus long-term risk. Success stories from South Korea, Brazil, etc. The future of global trade. Are we heading toward a world of blocks? Will globalization survive or fracture permanently? Topics: deglobalization trends, BRICS expansion, currency conflicts, strategic alliances, e.g., CPTPP, RCEP, what you can do, strategies for consumers and investors. Trade tensions aren't just headlines, they're action items. Here's what you can do. Tips: budgeting for rising prices, investing in supply chain resilience, ETFs, logistics, domestic producers, supporting local businesses. Subscribe now for tactical investing guides and inflation protection. Trade wars and the environment. Tariffs also affect carbon footprints, global emissions, and sustainability policies. Examples: carbon border taxes, green supply chain debates, climate diplomacy and trade deals. Conclusion: the trade battle ahead. The next world war may not be fought with weapons, but with tariffs, sanctions, and supply chains. Trade shapes power. Power shapes destiny. If you want to stay ahead of the economic curve, hit that subscribe button now. Tariffs and trade wars: how global moves impact your daily life.